And we're back working on the Lexus. So it's been having a cylinder 5 misfire after fixing the wiring to the coils for every cylinder, doing performance ignition coil packs and wires. For some reason, a 2JZ runs 3 wires and 3 coil packs. Dumbest design ever. But new plugs, new wires, new coils, new wiring to the coils, and now it's misfiring again because the valve cover is leaking onto, well, all of the spark plugs, not just number 5. But I did start tearing it apart already. The intake's off in a little bit. But I'll be showing you guys this process of doing the valve covers. I'm going to paint them as well. And then I'm going to do the timing belt because I have no idea when it was done. And it does have a few cracks on it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I'd like to remove this whole piece as one. So we'll do these bolts out. I don't even know what that's for, if I'm honest. This line's off, this line off, this line off, throttle cable, and then you just have plugs and other things. I'll let you know if I find anything else. Alright guys, this is what happens when you don't pay attention. You crack and break a very, very crispy vacuum line. I did get this off. This guy sits right back here, goes onto both of those. So I'm gonna have to order some vacuum. You can hear how hard it is. Look at that. That's crazy. So I'll have to order some vacuum line. I wanted to order some, and now I'm gonna paint the valve covers yellow. I think I'm gonna order yellow vacuum line too, just because I can. And this vacuum line connects to the intake, and this little guy right here does too. And I forgot about the coolant port for the idle. And then we can get this cover off. I did start to paint it. I might. I don't know. I might scrape that off too. We can get this panel off. We can get all the coils and plugs out. Your coils and wires. We'll leave the plugs in there. We'll get probably some compressed air and go through that. And then just other little small stuff to get the valve covers up. Pretty easy. Well, I just blew all the spark plug holes out. I don't know if you can tell by my hand and my air gun. There was a ton of oil in cylinder number 5 and a ton of just nastiness all over. But got it cleaned up. There was oil sitting in that plug right there. There's still a bunch of stuff in there, but I mean, it's better, way better than it was. But yeah, that's gross. And I wouldn't do it without like high pressure air, because that stuff gets everywhere. Make sure you cover up the rest of your intake. I'm not too worried about the timing belt because we're going to be in there anyways doing it before everything goes back together. But yeah, so now we can get, I haven't figured out how to get this wiring harness off, but we'll get there. And then, yeah, just strip down the valve covers and get to painting them. All right, so I just took off the exhaust side. It actually looks fairly good in there, but somebody has been in here before because this is a aftermarket gasket. So, but they didn't paint anything, so that's good. Yeah, so I guess I'll just clean both these up, and I really didn't have to remove the harness. I just kind of moved it up and out of the way, and that worked. And it should work the same on this side. But I'll get this one off too, and then I'll show you guys the start to the painting process. Alright, that's my bad. I totally forgot to film me actually sanding these and painting these. I really just used a lot of brake clean, a wire brush, and just some 220 sandpaper. and it was a little cold while we were painting these. So I went and took a heat gun with in between coats, so it would kind of like set, and then you could spray over it, and then it would like kind of set. It was just building up more paint, and I did let them sit for a day before I went and put them on. But I think they turned out pretty good. There's a little dirt on that guy right there, but that's okay. I'll clean that up later. Torque down to 75 foot-pounds. Not 75 foot-pounds, 75 inch-pounds. Holy crap, that would be bad. They probably leak worse than they did. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the coil packs back in. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything put back together. I'm still finishing the spoiler video on it. So that and the battery's dead. So I should probably get this thing to running and see if I can charge the battery up or if I cook the battery. I'm hoping it charges, but we'll see. And yeah, I'll let you know when it's back together. I'll show you all the new silicone vacuum lines, and I got new hose clamps for it too. I'll show you guys all that. I did have to buy a new PCV valve because the grommet got stuck, so I had to break it out of the valve cover. That was a fun time. Not really, but yeah. Okay, don't worry about how dirty it is in here, but I just wanted to show you guys the finished product of the valve covers. I did go ahead and paint those letters. I think they look really good. And then I did add silicone lines and stuff. The spoiler install video should be coming out here within a couple days, and then I gotta find time to do the timing belt. The timing belt's not that bad right now, so but we'll get a video coming out on that as well.